Well, welcome to the Danny Servance Show. Glad you're joining us for tonight's pregame show, wherever you might be listening to this on the way to the game. Maybe you're headed up to take on the Red Oak folks up in the South Dallas area. I call that. It's more or less South Dallas. Red Oak is. I told somebody the other day. I remember when it was. There was a place that sold trailers there, and a gas station, and another little store, and about 100 houses.
Really?
And
well, it's grown now.
It has a tad bit, as they are now a much larger school. But before we talk about that, man, the Nightmare on Elm Street. When I put that online, it was a Nightmare on Elm Street for both of y'all, both you and Toby. I think you had a few nightmares about that game. Wow, what a game! If you missed it, you missed a good one. You come up a little bit short, but man, you played your tails off.
Well, I'll tell you what, it did live up to its billing. Both teams, got after it pretty good on Friday night. And, like you said, we came up a little bit short, 41-35. But what a game. Both teams really played hard. And like you said, we just came up a little bit short.
But your offense came together well, passing, running the ball, everything.
They did. They really did a great job. I think that's what makes us hard to stop is that everything's spread out. It's not one guy that you go to. And so if you look at the stat line, like Prince Hall had 8 catches for 67 yards and a touchdown. Keandre Sales had 3 catches for 35 yards and a touchdown. Evan Dowling had 84 yards rushing. Marlon Smith had 85 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. So everything was spread out. There were all different guys who contributed. Tyler Reed had 2 catches for 40. Juan Ramirez had 5 catches for 45 yards. And so the wealth was spread out evenly among all receivers and running backs. And like I say, you just can't hone in on one guy. Yeah. And so collectively, they did a terrific job.
Team effort, as they say. And the Dowlings were watching my show on Tuesday night from Raising Cane's, and every time I mentioned his name, they were giving me thumbs up and applause and all kinds of stuff. So that was fun. He has a good family. He's a good ball player.
He is a good ball player. He's had a kind of an injury-riddled career with us, and it was good to finally see him healthy this year and be able to contribute. He's very talented, and it's just great to have him back there in the backfield doing a great job.
Yeah, and Smith throwing the ball, running the ball, doesn't matter. I mean, the combined yardage was phenomenal with 297 yards. I think 267 yards on passing. 22 of 31. That's pretty good against that Shoemaker defense, which is a pretty good little defense.
Tell you what, it really is. Marlon's having a really good year and really playing well. And like you said, 22 of 31 for 267 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air. I think the new added addition for us is that he's a dual threat guy. He can run the football also. So along with that, he also rushed the ball 18 times for 85 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And so, a combined, he was responsible for 5 touchdowns in the game. And so, what a great start to his varsity career that he's had up to this point. Of course, you can't do that without the guys up front.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys really did a great job battling a bigger defensive line. We're not as big as we were last year. I was just talking to my wife about that last night because some of the guys came out to the game, and so I saw Uristi and I saw DJ and Price, and those guys were 300, 295, all that, and we're a lot smaller than we were, but man, I tell you what, the heart that those kids played with is just unmatched.
Yeah, unbelievable. And your defense played well, too. I mean, a team was I think Shoemaker was averaging 50 points a game or something like that, and you held it to 40. They jumped on you and got a couple points off turnovers early. And like we said, you and I were talking, that's just how things ended up in the ball game.
You know, it really did. I mean, they did a great job. They've got a huge offensive line. And, you know, we were talking about that before we started the show.
Yeah.
And those guys really do a great job. Once they get their hands on you, you can't get off. And so our guys defensively did a great job of getting off blocks and not letting them get their hands on them and just, you know, causing havoc up front and getting penetration in the backfield and things like that. And, you know, just can't say enough about how they played. And there was no quitting these guys, I'm telling you. They scrapped and clawed and did everything they could to try and bring that victory home.
Man, that was a heck of a game. And as an Ellison Eagle, I hated to have that loss. But I tell you, to watch two good KISD teams perform that well, I loved it. Man, and it made me look towards this week. And you see Red Oak, and you say, well, they're kind of like Shoemaker a little bit.
They really are, yeah. Explosive on offense, dual threat quarterback. The coach's son, Robertson, is a phenomenal receiver with great speed and hands. You know, he just went and visited Notre Dame this past weekend. And so they've got weapons on offense, and their defensive front reminds me a lot of Colleen's defensive front.
Okay.
Really good, big, very, very physical, and they get to the football. And so we've got to do a great job against those guys also in order to try and move the ball.
Yeah, and you got to play at their place.
We do. We're on the road. This year's schedule is like that. You know, we've been at home the last 3 weeks, you know, to start the season. And then the next 3 weeks we'll be on the road. And so, you know, we don't have many other home games. And so we've got to do a great job of going on the road and taking care of business and getting ready for district play.
Are they, how much similar to the Grey Wolves? Are they a lot like them?
They are a lot like them. You know, they've got speed to burn on the outside with those guys. Running back is good. He also has great speed. And then, like I said, their offensive line is huge.
Yeah.
And so in one of those other situations where if they get their hands on you, it's going to be hard to stay on the field with them. So we've got to do a great job again. It doesn't get easier. Each week it gets harder. And so we're trying to improve to the point to where we make sure that we're ready to go when district starts.
Yep, and that's next week? Week after next?
Week after next. Well, we've got Odessa High next week, and then we're open. And then
that's right. You're doing that Saturday game at Odessa.
In Abilene.
Yeah, halfway.
Halfway, neutral site.
Are you going to have a picnic while you're there anymore?
No, we're not. We're going to try to get in there and
get your steak
and play well and get back home.
You can get your steak while you're there. You can do that West Texas beef, baby.
Yeah, they do have some good steak places there.
We got to worry about Midlow, though. We got to take care of them on Friday night and get that victory underneath our belt and get that confidence up for the Ellison Eagles. That's for sure. And I love watching y'all play the other night. That was just watching both teams play. That was just great. It was just great athletes, great kids.
Great atmosphere.
Great atmosphere, yeah.
Oh, man. Great atmosphere.
Was packed.
It was like a playoff game. I'm telling you, it was great atmosphere. It was electric. I told our kids, I said, man, it's going to be like a heavyweight fight. You know, we're going to throw blows. They're going to throw blows. And, you know, it's going to be whoever's standing at the end. But we knew it was going to be tough. And like I said, I can't be more proud of our kids.
Well, go up to Midlothian. Red Oak, excuse me. I want you to go Midlothian for some reason.
You do, don't you?
I do. Red Oak, take care of Red Oak, and then come on back and we'll talk again, and I'll have the right team by then.
Sounds good.
As always, Danny says,
go Eagles.
This has been an I-14 Sports Network production, bringing the heat from the heart of Central Texas.